We bring to you our next session on Global Digital Leader, Digitizing Empathy, Future of Healthcare. I'd like to extend a very warm welcome to Sri Nagarajan, a CIO, Bethesda Lutheran. Welcome.
Hey, good afternoon. My name is Sri Nagarajan, and I have the privilege of serving as Chief Innovation and the Technology Officer at Bethesda. Bethesda is a 116-year-old healthcare company based out of Wisconsin. We help people with intellectual and developmental needs live a more fulfilling, independent, and inclusive life. We have more than 300 locations across the US, and we serve people with IDD in a number of ways, including residential care and off-site care. Here's a quick look at who we serve and how we serve them. Wow. Every time I see that video, it reminds me that for more than 100 years, people with IDD have had needs that are incredibly hard to often understand and harder to serve. We at Bethesda believe that technology can and will be the primary force of driving inclusion and independence for the people that we serve. In order to do that, we believe that we need to start by having an empathetic understanding of the needs of the people. Here's an example of a project that we have just recently inaugurated. We have built a smart and safe housing initiative where people with IDD can live with elders in smart homes that have been designed to take care of all of the needs, both inside and outside of the apartments. Here's what we know. People with IDD and those that care for them, they face significant friction and fragmentation in their lives. It's not easy. Oftentimes, the needs of the people that we serve are not easy to understand. We do understand and we do believe that by taking an empathetic view of the fundamental needs that are driving their requirements, and by marrying that with the power of both current technology and advanced technology, we can make their lives easier. I believe that the challenge of our times is to lean in and understand these needs and find the right solutions to meet those needs. For me, technology is not about the next wave. It's not about the next magic quadrant. It's not about catching the next buzzword and making it happen. It's about bringing it back to this basic understanding of the needs of the people that we serve. And once we do that, we can then create new possibilities. And that's where the innovation process starts for us. So let's talk about our vision and where this leads us. We spoke earlier that the people with IDD and those that serve them face significant friction and fragmentation. In order to address the friction and fragmentation, we are designing and building an integrated suite of solutions powered by both in-house technology and marketplace partner technology. This is a compelling way where we can ensure that all of the assets and advantages we have available at arm's length can be translated to meet the needs of the people that we serve. So let's take a closer look at how we do this every single day. Now, before we do that, let's ask ourselves two basic questions, right? Does empathy matter in healthcare? And can we use the power of technology to convert empathy to outcomes? This is a very vast and complex topic, and I hope to share with you a few insights from our experience. And I invite you to be part of this process with us. So let's start with the first question. Does empathy matter in healthcare? The quick answer to that, as you might imagine, is yes. There's enough research that's been done in academia and healthcare and in industry. And in our own research, we have found that empathy has a strong correlation to outcomes. The next question is, can we then use the power of technology to marry with the power of empathy? And the quick answer to that is yes. And we do that here at Bethesda in a very thoughtful, logical way. So let's dig a little more into understanding where and how we tap the power of empathy. We spoke earlier about understanding the needs of the people with IDD. Here is a quick look at a spectrum of needs that people with IDD have. It starts with medication management, OTPT, speech therapy, fall risk management, elopement risk, executive functioning, safety. It also includes employment services, engaging with the community. As Kurt, one of our people with IDD, likes to remind us, people with IDD have the exact same needs and the exact same hopes and aspirations as all of us here in this room. They are no different. Their challenges are, but the needs are not. And here is where empathy plays a key part. We at Bethesda have an internal team of PhDs and experts that constantly spend time to understand what these needs are, and again, marry these needs with the power of technology. So let's take a closer look at our approach. We start off by understanding the economics of the problem we're trying to solve. It's incredibly important that we start with an economic point of view. And the reason we do that is because we understand that once we know the economics of the problem, we can then start unpacking it to understand how far, how fast, and how quickly and effectively that problem can be addressed. Once we understand the economics of that specific need, we then step into the shoes of the individuals that we serve and their families and the guardians, the experience. Again, we are talking about empathy, and empathy is all about the experience. So we spend significant time to understand the experience of both the people that we serve and the people that care for the people that we serve, whether they're families and guardians or the care providers in our institutional care. It's only after that we touch technology. It's only after that we start examining the possibilities through the lens of technology. Once we start figuring out that the options provided by technology, we then extend that landscape view to ask, who else can help us solve for the needs of the people that we serve? We start taking an ecosystem view, and we start asking, who can help us solve for this at scale, with speed and with efficiency? Execution is obviously key. We conduct proof of concepts, pilots, and trials. We have fast loops where we go from understanding the needs of the people that we serve, taking an empathetic view of the outcomes that we need to execute, marrying the power of technology, and proving it in the field. That is a fast learning loop, and we do that on a constant and continuous basis. Once we do that, we go back to where it started, empathy. That's the bedrock of what drives everything that we do. So let's talk about a couple case studies and examples. At Bethesda, we have built a cognitive AI-based solution that allows us to measure and monitor the behavior of people with IDD. By using the power of a smartphone camera, combined with the algorithms that we have designed and built in-house, we are able to effectively and continuously monitor the behavior of the people that we serve, and are able to take both reactive action and, in some cases, proactive action. By doing so, we can help ensure that the people that we serve are not facing the friction and fragmentation that I mentioned earlier. Here's an example of that. We find that people with IDD sometimes have the habit of eloping or running away, right? They're not aware of the surroundings where they're at. Through the power of cognitive AI, we are able to watch and monitor those behaviors and are able to predict at what point in time the next episode will happen, and are able to then intervene operationally to make sure that the individuals under our care are being taken care of. In the same vein, we also have a host of solutions for the care provider. The care provider is one that that has to translate and understand the needs of the people that we serve. We have again used the power of AI and machine learning to ensure that the individual at the front line of care is able to collect every single point of data and information about the people that we are serving and are able to take the best response at the moment of care. So that's on the care side of the equation. Here's another example. I had shared earlier about our smart home. We call it Cornerstone. Our Cornerstone Village is a smart and safe housing project where we have embedded IoT technology into every fabric of the apartment complex, right from the point of entry and egress to every point of engagement at the room. We have used the power of IoT to make sure that we are constantly helping monitor and take care of the needs of the people that are in our homes. So here are just some examples of how we here at Bethesda see the power of empathy driving technology to drive and meet the needs of the people that we serve. I welcome you to be part of this. I'm going to leave you with this question. How can we combine our forces to help drive inclusion and independence for people with IDD? With that, again, I thank you for this opportunity to be part of this, and I wish this conference all the very best. Thank you and have an awesome afternoon.